What's up, everybody? You know who I am, Jack Slater, the comic outlaw. Yeah, one dead or alive. And Tank Girl, Skidmarks, number 3. The race is still on, y'all. Blood is being spilled from one part of this beautiful country to another in the great watermelon race. Will Tank Girl win the money in order to save her friend Barney? But Barney is awake now. And also in the race, what will Barney do? We'll find out as Tank Girl continues. And the race is on. And now we're just seeing everybody cruising forward, everybody trying to make that money. And most importantly, everybody trying to take everybody else out. Let me explain the rules to this race. There are none. You could kill, maim, run over, Humpty Hump, basically just dump, take a fat dump. Do whatever you want in this race. Yes, not only is it wacky, not only is it destructive, it will burn through you. Yes. And Tank Girl's having a good old time reminiscing. She just knocked that dude out with a pipe. She's thinking about the good old days, hence, and while killing other people, of course. Running them into buildings, destroying property. Typically what makes ratings in a television show. But anyways, Tank Girl is doing what she does best in the race, kind of phoning it in, but the car is broken. Now the race says that you just have to win with a motorized vehicle. It never said anything about whose vehicle. And since the car is basically dead, she pushes it over the finish line. She gets congratulated as Boogie drives out of nowhere, wondering where she's been. And they're kind of explaining what's going on, what's happening, the elf, the 2 other girls, the big-breasted one. And of course, Tank Girl notices that. And also, her kangaroo is jumping for joy a little more than he should be. And that is pissing her off. But anyways, they explain that now you've hit the west coast of the country, and now you have to drive all the way back in order to win the watermelon race. And this does not make Tank Girl happy, and or anyone else. So the race is on. Everybody has to turn right around. Everybody has to get going. Look at this car. This guy is in a yellow mustache ride. That's basically it right there. And then we have the Germans with a nice Kaiser helmet on top of their car. But yes, like I said, Barney is awake. Rejuvenated, you might say. And it's time for the high-speed sausage. Yes. We're going to find out what race car Barney's going to have and why. And he kind of wakes up, there's an advertisement for sausage behind him. Of course, that will be important later. Realizes that what Tank Girl's doing and escapes, of course, ass hanging out to go find Tank Girl. But first, to participate in the great watermelon race, you must have a ride. So, Barney acquires a ride, sticking some sausage in Barney's mouth. Barney drives away, ready to get this car all souped up and ready to go for the race. Yeah, Barney knows how to ride that sausage. But anyways, Tank Girl is back into it. She's kind of coming upon people and just crushing them and or blowing them up. And like I said, the kangaroo Boogie is getting a little too, a little too personal with that girl. And Tank Girl is getting pissed off about it. She storms down there to have them kind of like get up there where she could watch them. And of course, they run that guy over, killing him and a lot of his descendants. Man, you gotta love this. I love me a good bloodshed race. I mean, great. Of course, this family's bodies are being brought back and plugged into machines. So all they need is the head. And they're trying to take over the world. Yes. This family. These creatures. And now, as a bonus, Tank Girl Skidmarks 4. You see, these came with some small, stories. But the stories had nothing to do with the race. And they were in black and white, so I said, fuck it. We're going to just do part 3 and part 4. Hell yeah. F-bomb has been dropped, y'all. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Barney's riding the sausage. Yes, with a licorice stick. Ready to rock and roll. Yeah. You gotta love a good bloodshed race. Yeah, and the licorice stick is supposed to enhance concentration. Back in my day, they used to call that the chronic. Yeah, but we're taking you back with another flashback. Yeah, and this is kind of like Barney's story right here of things they do. You know, they're out robbing, Old West style. You gotta love a good 6-shooter. Man, I love a good robbery too. And, they kind of leave Barney behind. They take off. And Barney's kind of wondering what the hell is going on. And, of course, this gets Barney in trouble because Barney has no mates. Everybody kind of left Barney there with the money. And, of course, the law is not that far behind. But we'll talk about that later as the sausage mobile pulls up and Barney gets it upgraded for the lowdown, the showdown. Yeah, the good old watermelon race hoedown. Ha ha. Yeah. And of course, we go back to the past where, everybody's kind of shooting their way out. They get in the tank. Tank girl kind of rolls off. And of course, who did they forget? Who was left behind? Well, it was Barney. And of course, she has to shoot her way out of it. Ba-boom, ba-boom, ba-boom. Ends up collecting the money and riding off on the bike. But this time, she ain't taking no shit. She's in that sausage mobile and she's going to ride that sausage all the way. And now these little brains are kind of explaining everything. And this Count guy is apparently part of the family, the one that got whacked with the pipe. And they're communicating their plans to rule the world. Yes, this family wants to be the chosen ones. But as the race is going, the sausage mobile is flowing, destroying things in their sight. This tank girl is crushing things as well. A good time is being had by all. High explosives, bullets, and ammunition, along with big tanks, big cars, and big destruction. Now Tank Girl's trying to figure out who else is left. And the sausage mobile and Tank Girl decide to work together. And that sausage rams that car right into Tank Girl's rear. Yup, and it gets smashed in between. And good old Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde is crushed. And Tank Girl wins by a barrel. Yes, and they all get out of the car. Everyone's like, yay, yay, we alive, we won. Where's our goddamn money? Where's all that money? Since Barney's alive, they don't have to spend it, but they get nothing but watermelons. That's right. In the watermelon race, your reward is some tasty melons. And of course, Tank Girl decides to share hers with Barney. And they go on to explain that since they've basically wiped out that whole family, the pervert, Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, the other dude, they've kind of just stomped them all out of existence. But still, they have to find a way to make money out of this. They have to make a profit. All this bloodshed wasn't for nothing, was it? I hope not. But as they're sitting there, they find a fun way to make some money out of it. They decide to make a fun game. And they name it Skidmark. What a fine and dandy name. And if you pause it, take a picture, you can actually play. Check it out. Skidmarks on sale now. Another fun product from Tank Girl and her friends. For we and they need beer money to stay alive. Ammunition and explosives aren't cheap, y'all. Buy a game. Play Skidmarks. It's guaranteed to be one hell of a wild ride. And I'll catch you on the flip side. Yeah.